Before we dive into how P-pop history was just completely rewritten on the global stage, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown of the biggest moments in music. The Grammy Museum in Los Angeles has seen its fair share of international superstars, but when SB19 stepped into the room, the energy shifted entirely. The atmosphere grew quiet, the intense production stripped away, and live vocals took center stage. The ultimate question was no longer whether Filipino P-pop could breach international borders, but whether SB19 could decisively prove they belonged at the very top. Then, a mere 48 hours later, Chicago presented an even bigger trial at Lollapalooza. What unfolded across those critical 2 days transformed their narrative from a viral sensation into an undeniable global force. SB19 did not arrive in Los Angeles on July 28th for a standard promotional appearance. They entered the legendary Grammy Museum for Global Spin Live, an exclusive session featuring an intimate conversation about their career trajectory and upcoming music, followed by a live performance. Moderated by Emily May, the event was officially declared sold out long before doors opened. That specific setting changed the dynamic entirely. This was not a sprawling arena where massive light shows, thunderous playback, or explosive crowd noise could mask any flaws. It was an acoustic, controlled room where the artists had to rely purely on their raw talent. With the museum explicitly highlighting their status as a powerhouse group with over 1 billion career streams and notable Billboard chart history. Expectations were soaring before a single note was sung. Studio tracks can be polished with infinite digital edits, but an intimate live stage leaves zero room for error. The ultimate test was simple. Could SB19 translate massive digital streaming figures into an unassailable live experience? What makes SB19 exceptionally captivating compared to standard pop groups is that their stage presence demands absolute mastery over multiple disciplines simultaneously. A single performance requires intricate choreography, intense rap delivery, complex vocal harmonies, dynamic timing, and distinct individual personality. There is no passive background member to lean on. Pablo, Josh, Stell, Ken, and Justin each bring contrasting vocal timbres and performance styles that fuse into a unified 5-member powerhouse. Streaming statistics cannot replicate what happens when 5 distinct vocalists execute high-caliber parts in real time under a bright spotlight. Vocal consistency is the ultimate currency as SB19 expands into new territory. Their primary mission is no longer just satisfying an already dedicated fan base, but instantly convincing unfamiliar listeners that their performance is an unforgettable masterclass in live artistry. The setlist at the Grammy Museum strategically reflected the duality of their career arc by pairing 2 definitive eras together. Gento and Waka's. Gento carried the immense legacy of their global viral explosion, having previously debuted at number 8 on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales chart. Meanwhile, Waka's represented the bold new era surrounding their 2026 project, Waka's at Simula Asterisk. By placing these tracks side by side, SB19 offered a living timeline of their evolution. Gento reminded the intimate audience of the groundbreaking sound that established their international presence, while Waka's demonstrated where their artistic identity was heading next. Coupled with the success of Visa, which debuted at number 6 on the same Billboard chart, the performance was less about celebrating past achievements and more about declaring continuous artistic progression. However, SB19 had virtually no time to savor their triumph in Los Angeles. Just 2 days after closing their session at the Grammy Museum, they faced a brutal test of stamina and adaptability. On July 30th, 2026, the group made history by stepping onto the Ally stage at Grant Park as the first homegrown Filipino act ever booked to perform at Lollapalooza, Chicago. The transition was jarring. They moved directly from a quiet, acoustic room designed for detailed vocal clarity into an iconic, open-air mega-festival packed with thousands of roaring fans, competing sound systems, and intense physical heat. They were no longer performing for a curated crowd that had gathered specifically for their story. They were stepping into a public arena alongside massive global headliners like Charlie XCX, Tate McRae, Lord Jenny, and the Smashing Pumpkins. Delivering a packed 10-song setlist at a major American festival leaves no room for hesitation. SB19 unleashed an aggressive, high-energy sequence including Diem, Gento, Lawless, Emoji, Mappa, Wakas, Mewling, Pagkakatan, Visa, Dunkak, and Crimson. A festival environment operates on completely different rules than a traditional tour concert. Dedicated shows begin with fans who already love the act, whereas multi-stage festivals are discovery ecosystems. Festival-goers wander between stages, follow visual energy, or casually stumble upon unfamiliar acts. In that chaotic environment, music must serve as an immediate, forceful introduction without relying on prior background knowledge. SB19 demolished potential language barriers by letting pure vocal strength, sharp synchronization, and infectious stage presence do the talking. Unfamiliar festival attendees did not need a background lesson in P-pop history to recognize world-class performance energy when they heard it. Behind these high-profile stages, a massive structural expansion has been quietly building. On June 25, 2026, SB19 officially signed with United Talent Agency for global representation spanning live touring, international bookings, and brand partnerships. This strategic backing proves that their global expansion is carefully engineered rather than a series of accidental viral moments. The momentum is continuing rapidly, with their upcoming appearance at Summer Sonic in Tokyo on August 15th, placing them on another premier Asian festival stage just weeks after conquering Chicago. Every piece of their current trajectory, from global talent agency representation and Billboard chart entries to back-to-back major international festivals, is operating as a synchronized master. Strategy: creating history is easy to announce, but sustaining that momentum requires relentless execution. The Grammy Museum proved that SB19's live vocal talent holds up under intense, close-up scrutiny without the safety net of massive stage production. Chicago demonstrated that their raw stage command can easily captivate huge, unfamiliar festival crowds. As global audiences get more opportunities to evaluate SB19 on international platforms, the standard for their live performance will only continue to rise. Their success is no longer defined by singular viral spikes, but by an unwavering commitment to live excellence every single time they step onto a stage.